Here we have a 2010 BMW 328i xDrive. It's about 6 months old. Color is Montego blue. And just taking some video to go over the modifications that I've done, just to kind of give people an idea of what that all-wheel drive can look like when it's lowered properly. Before, the all-wheel drive suspension allowed for about a 2.5 to 3 inch gap there in the wheel well where you could actually fit your fist in there before by sitting on top of the tires. What I've done is I've taken off the all-wheel drive suspension and replaced it with KW Variant 1 coilovers, which has lowered it down to just enough to get about a finger in top of it in the wheel well. I've also replaced the standard 185 wheels with BMW 225M style wheels. Those are 19 inch. And I've also taken the run flat tires off, and those are Hankook V12 Evo wheels. 235s in the front and 265s in the back, so it's a staggered setup. There you can see it. It is xDrive that we're dealing with. I've also tinted the windows 35% all around. Get a look around. Take a look inside. So I built this to spec for the 2010, so I was able to pick the options that I wanted. So I chose Montego blue. This interior we're dealing with here, this is called Saddle Brown Dakota leather. A lot of people tend to go with black with the Montego when they get it, or gray. But I saw some pictures of the Saddle Brown and I thought it looked really good with the blue. I'm not a big fan of the wood, so I decided to go with aluminum trim there, which I thought stood out well from the Saddle Brown leather. Also, I built the options the way I wanted them, so I chose not to get the power seats. These are the manual seats here, but you know, they adjust plenty, and I didn't want to spend the $1,000 for the extra power seats when I'd be the only one driving it. You will notice these are sports seats. You can see the side bolsters there, and then there's an extendable support there that you can use. I chose manual. It's got to be manual, I think, if you're going to buy a sports coupe. It's, you know, really good with the all-wheel drive. Some people complain when they get all-wheel or automatic with the all-wheel drive that it tends to be a bit slow because of the extra weight. But I think I saved quite a bit of weight by getting rid of the run flats and going with the M style wheels. And then the coilovers are height adjustable, so I'm not quite slammed, but I'm to a decent height that I'm comfortable with. I also chose to go with navigation and iDrive, which, for anybody debating it, it's probably the best money I spent on this car. It's important to understand that it's not just navigation that you're getting. It fully integrates many aspects of your car. So if I start this up, I'll just give you an idea. So the navigation is nice, but here you can see I have my iPod Touch under here that I use, and as my iPod I keep in the center console all the time. And what it does when it comes up here, you can see you get a display of your playlist there, and then on the right I have a split screen option which is showing me my position lat long, and also when you're driving it'll show your navigation there. Also, I mean, I don't have my telephone picked up right now through Bluetooth, but I can scroll right through there by voice or whatever call. It'll pop up on the screen. My vehicle info, I can come here, it'll show you kind of, you know, what your car looks like on the screen. Check the tire pressure, oil, things like that. So, I mean, it integrates many aspects of your car. I especially like the iPod option, and then of course the nav's always nice. And if you don't have that, it kind of just has to come out through your radio. I don't even know how that even works, but I've heard people that often regret not getting it. So that's it. First look at a 2010 BMW xDrive with KW coilovers on the all-wheel drive and non-run flat tires.